comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun.
Indiana powering up, emerging as a solar energy hub. Details on the impact of a new billion-dollar high-tech project in southeast Indiana. Plus, how another form of clean energy is charging operations at the state's newest hospital in Batesville. A tip of the cap to Hoosier innovators, educators, and business leaders who made IBJ Media's annual Indiana 250 list.
You put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be. I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners.
Plus, capitalizing on Indiana's arts and creative scene.
Team!
A new team with a new mission. Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures, Indiana University, and the Indiana Association of Realtors.
A solar module or solar panel is made up of 6 main components. And the star of this solar show is the photovoltaic cell. This tiny titan is responsible for generating electricity. The term photovoltaic might sound a bit fancy, but it's quite straightforward when you break it down.
Another big jolt for clean energy investment in Indiana. A new facility in Jeffersonville is now in operation, poised to play a key role in building an American-made solar supply chain. Canada-based CS PowerTech opening its flagship U.S. cell manufacturing operations in southeast Indiana, giving the region an economic boost with a nearly $1 billion investment and 1,200 new jobs. Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. The CS PowerTech facility opening this week in the River Ridge Commerce Center in Jeffersonville, where workers will produce the cells that go into the panels that create solar energy. The project is considered a major American advanced manufacturing milestone. And here to talk more about it, what it means for Indiana, the impact for the industry as well, pleased to be joined by CS PowerTech President Rusty Schmit. And Rusty, thanks for joining us from the River Ridge Commerce Center in southeast Indiana.
Thank you for having me, Gary.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that. $1 billion investment. That's a big number by any measure. Talk about what CS PowerTech is going to be doing in Jeffersonville at this facility.
At this facility in Jeffersonville, CS PowerTech is going to be manufacturing the solar cells that go into the panels, which we then deploy throughout the United States. It's based on the most advanced technology called HJT, and we are going to be the largest silicon solar cell manufacturer in the country when this project is complete.
Yeah, and you mentioned the technology. When you announced this project, I think 3 years ago or so, it's different today. This is new technology, right?
It is. It's very new. We're the first to do it in the U.S. and one of the first globally, in fact. When we first envisioned the project, it was based on another technology, but in this industry, as many, the technology advances quickly, and we are a leader in the technology, and we wanted to employ the very best technology we could. So that is why we changed midstream, and that is the one we're bringing online now.
When you talk about employees, workers, 1,200 employees once in full operation, that's a lot of people, and the technology, the skills that are needed here, I think are unique as well. How confident are you about getting the kinds of workers you need and what's being done in that regard?
We've started early on recruiting and training. We invest quite a bit in training our workforce. The Indiana community, both at the state level and here in Jeffersonville, have been incredibly supportive at helping us to recruit and are going to be assisting us in the training as well. This is very much similar to a semiconductor factory, and there are special skills required, but we are having great success in finding the right level of skill set in the labor force here.
Why Jeffersonville, southeast Indiana? Why Indiana for this major investment?
It's a great labor pool. It's a supportive facility here at the River Ridge Commerce Center. We're getting great local and state support in a lot of different areas that help make this work. You know, Gary, very much akin to the phrase of it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village, so to speak, to raise a company like this with this level of investment and employees. And this has just been a terrific place to work, and we're really proud to be here.
Yeah. Final question for you. This is part of a bigger, really a vision, a strategy from your company to contribute to the American-made, to reshoring manufacturing of solar components, solar panels, and those types of things, which largely have been imported. This seeks to change that.
That's correct. We are a leader in reshoring solar technology here to the U.S. It's part of building up the American manufacturing base. I've been in the industry long enough to have seen it go offshore, and I'm proud to be playing a role in bringing it back onshore.
Rusty Schmit is the president of CS PowerTech. Rusty, welcome to Indiana. Congratulations on the deal. The facility now officially being christened and opened at the River Ridge Commerce Center. I'm sure we'll be doing a lot more stories in the future. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Gary.
All right. Well, to another form of energy picking up steam in Indiana, natural gas, and what could be the largest energy utility project in Indiana history. Fort Wayne-based Indiana-Michigan Power seeking regulatory approval to build a massive natural gas combined cycle generating facility at its coal-fired Rockport generating station in southwest Indiana. Indiana-Michigan Power says the move is part of the company's plan to retire its coal-fired units, including Rockport. The cost of the investment not known yet, but it is expected to create several dozen new jobs. Still ahead for you, IBJ Media releases its much anticipated Indiana 250 list. We hear from some of the influential leaders who made the cut. Plus, Indiana flexing its military might once again, why demand is driving more investment at a massive munitions campus that is growing again near Crane in southern Indiana.
West Central Indiana is essential to Indiana's future. Join IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the state of Indiana to explore regional growth Thursday, August 13th in Terre Haute for Innovate West Central Indiana, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Featuring Governor Mike Braun and business and community leaders, join us at the Indiana State University Holman Center Thursday, August 13th in Terre Haute. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.
The Tomahawk missile, a key piece, very key piece of the United States military weapons system. And there's a real Indiana connection to its future near the Naval Surface Warfare Center Crane in southern Indiana. The American Center for Manufacturing and Innovation, or ACMI, is expanding its national security industrial hub near Crane, just 5 months after starting construction, increasing the overall project to more than 1,500 acres. It's a major development, making it the largest aerospace and defense development in Indiana. The expansion being driven by commitments from Texas-based Spinner North America and New York-based iRocket.
So the fact that we are an additive to the mission of Crane, that the companies that are located here are adding and benefiting Crane's overall mission, strengthens, not only southern Indiana, but Indiana as a whole.
Prometheus Energetics, the campus's anchor tenant, will also be increasing its footprint for its headquarters and advanced solid rocket motor production facilities there. In Columbus, the new Advanced Machine and Vehicle Innovation Center, or AMVIC, is now open. The nearly $7 million project is focused on workforce development as well as advancing machines, vehicles, and charging infrastructure technology from concept to commercialization. AMVIC is collaborating with Cummins and 3 founding partners for testing, software development, and much more.
We are focusing on the ability to test, develop, and validate systems before they go out into production. As a nonprofit, we are readying technology to try to lessen the burden of risk for the industry. So it would be easier for them to make decisions on technology.
Meantime, Purdue University making a big statement about its life sciences and research presence in Indianapolis. The Purdue Research Foundation spending $12.5 million to acquire a major research facility next to Corteva Agrisciences Indianapolis headquarters. Foundation CEO Chad Pittman tells us future plans could include space for private entities that want to partner with the university. Well, this week, many of Indiana's most influential and impactful leaders were recognized on IBJ Media's 5th annual Indiana 250 list. The class of 2026 represents leaders in business, education, and the nonprofit community from every corner of the state.
The deliberate focus on statewide leadership aligns with IBJ Media's broader mission to drive collaboration across our state.
More than 300 of Indiana's most influential business and community leaders, all under one roof at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. The annual Indiana 250 event, a who's who of the people driving Indiana forward.
The connectivity that you see at the Indiana 250 event is extraordinary. I just talked with somebody from Northern Indiana, had a conversation with someone from Southern Indiana. What you see with the Indiana 250 is every industry, every region. This year we have approximately 60 new folks on the list. Here there are over 80 leaders who have been on the list all 5 years. We see all leaders across the continuum, every region, every state, lots of different industries.
And this year the mood was decidedly upbeat, even as businesses continue to navigate uncertainty.
It depends on the industry. I think some customers feel that impact more than others. But I think by and large, though, they're dealing with it. And I think the tariffs are having not quite as much of impact as they did maybe a year or two ago. Our customers are active. They're growing. They're borrowing money. They're expanding. They're hiring people. They're buying and selling real estate. They're adding equipment. They're doing all the things that. So what we see is it's a pretty strong local economy.
That positive outlook extends from the boardroom to the classroom.
We've never hit a better pace. We have about $130 million of building projects going on right now. Our enrollment in a declining demographic is booming. We'll probably be double digits advance in enrollment. Med school's expanding. You saw our big research announcement. We're leading a mammoth enterprise with Purdue and other R1s in the hospital system. So to say we're blessed is an understatement.
And that sense of optimism is not limited to one industry or region of the state. In Northwest Indiana, an economic transformation continues. While steel remains a critical piece of the picture, the outlook is increasingly more diversified, with more than $30 million in high-tech investment, an emerging quantum corridor, and prospects for building everything from ships to chips, and maybe even the new home of the Chicago Bears.
The Bears is just the frosting on the cake, right? We were already baking a really great cake before they started looking at us, and I've said it once, I'll say it again, they'd be lucky to locate in Northwest Indiana, and we'd be delighted to have them.
A room filled with leaders from different industries and different parts of the state, but with a common focus on what's next and helping position Indiana for the future. A great event indeed at the IMS Museum. This year's honorees come from every corner of the state across multiple industries, and you can visit and see Indiana250.com. Go there to see the full list, learn a lot more about each person making this important list. Well, when we come back, a new place for patient care in Southeast Indiana. No wires crossed in Northeast Indiana. Meantime, see what's driving growth at a precision medical device wire maker in Fort Wayne. It's all coming next in this week's Business of Health.
The real estate market is always changing. Working with a realtor means staying a step ahead. Here's a housing update from your Indiana Realtors.
Listings dipped by 2% compared to last May, as leading indicators were dampened by rates over 6.5% and climbing economic and global risk. Pendings still ended the month up 4% year over year. Sales continued to build pace, ending at 5% up year over year. We averaged almost 16,000 available homes through May. Inventory grew, but the growth rate fell from 14% to 12%. Prices are up 5% year over year, a little faster price growth than we've seen in recent months. Half of listings are under contract in 2 weeks, but this is climbing. New contracts are trending down over recent weeks, which bodes poorly for June sales totals. 42% of listings have dropped their price, and this rate is climbing.
Challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising faster among
need help.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Richards, get in the game. We're getting pickled here. And they're crushing our loan business, too.
But this Lake City Bank team seems nice. They offer small business loans from your phone.
We have that, too.
You can even speak to a real live banker.
You guys good? No one needs to talk to a person anymore.
I like people.
Nice game. Come by the branch anytime.
They have branches?
Friendly business loans. Apply online with SwiftLend or visit real human bankers at your local branch.
How can we continue to be fairly nimble and change so that we're meeting the needs and providing the services that our community is wanting here close to home?
A rarity in rural health care, a new hospital opening, this one serving patients in Southeast Indiana. Margaret Mary Health opening its new facility in Batesville this week in the midst of many rural hospitals closing due to financial challenges. Kylie Valletta now with how the Margaret Mary model is bucking that trend.
Rural healthcare is celebrating a big step forward in Southeast Indiana as Margaret Mary Health opens a new hospital in Batesville next week. The $125 million facility is one of the first fully electric hospitals in the state. The nonprofit health system says the old hospital had no space to grow and couldn't support modern technology. The new hospital expands services so patients no longer need to leave Batesville for certain lines of care.
One of the biggest ones, of course, is the ability to expand our surgical services, our operating rooms, so that we can bring in a lot of the technology and things that are becoming really expectations of every patient. And so to have that technology to come in the space to bring the technology has been absolutely huge.
Care teams have been putting the new hospital through the paces in recent weeks with patient simulations. The hospital will have a dedication ceremony in a few days and will begin seeing its first patients in August. A changing of the guard at one of Indy's biggest healthcare players. Indianapolis-based Roche Diagnostics says Dan Malarick will take over as president and CEO next month. Most of Malaric's career has been with Roche or its affiliates. He currently leads an East Coast company that Roche acquired in 2018. He replaces Brad Moore, who's retiring after almost a decade with Roche. Malarick will be based at the company's Indianapolis headquarters. In Northeast Indiana, precision wire maker Fort Wayne Metals has a new owner. New York-based investment firm Axel Johnson acquired the company and plans to invest $18.5 million into operations and add 150 jobs. The company's products are used in several different types of medical devices as well as industrial applications.
It is a continuation of our 40 years of growth and further acknowledgement that the new ownership appreciates and respects that continued growth and doesn't have plans to change it at this time.
Earlier this month, Axel Johnson said Fort Wayne Metals will expand its presence in the healthcare and life sciences sectors. It currently employs around 1,300 people in Fort Wayne. Hot demand for cold storage means Langham Logistics is on the grow. Business is ramping up at the company's newest facility, a 300,000 square foot warehouse in Plainfield that focuses on pharmaceutical cold storage. CEO Kathy Langham says demand is growing as drug makers ramp up production of weight loss medications and gene therapies that need temperature-controlled space. The newest facility is just 3 miles from the Indianapolis International Airport, and Langham operates 2 others in central Indiana. The company is the 4th largest woman-owned business in central Indiana. That's a wrap on this week's Business of Health. I'm Kylie Valletta.
All right, Kylie, thank you. Well, a new career training and workforce development hub is preparing to welcome its first group of students in Hancock County. This week, we got an inside look at Amplify Hancock. According to the Indiana Business Research Center, Hancock was the 2nd fastest growing county in the state last year. And economic development leaders say the $48 million Amplify Hancock facility could play a big role in continuing growth and attracting future business.
We work with a lot of companies that are considering starting or expanding in the area. And one of the top things on their mind is always workforce. Something like this is a huge boost of confidence.
Ivy Tech Community College and Hancock Health both have space within Amplify for adult learners to train and build skills. K-12 students can participate in a dozen programs in areas like advanced manufacturing, construction, and transportation.
These conversations actually started in November of 2019, and we started developing some of these programs within the 4 school districts, providing greater access for students to earn dual credits, industry standard certifications, and expand work-based learning opportunities for them.
450 students are enrolled across the programs, which begin next month.
This summer, Tom Hanks is managing the impossible, the Rockford Peaches.
Go Peaches! Says girls can't play baseball.
A League of Their Own, one of the most recognized movies ever filmed in Indiana. Coming up next, we dive into Indiana's multi-billion-dollar creative art scene and the move to push the industry forward.
We are bringing the power of this to this with a new IBJ Media app. For the first time ever, you'll be able to get the Indiana Lawyer, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indianapolis Business Journal all in one place wherever you go. All across the state of Indiana, IBJ Media provides the news you need to know, and we're doing it now directly to your phone. To be a part of this, you can find it on your favorite app store. Just search IBJ Media.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising faster among adults. Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
The real estate market is always changing. Working with a realtor means staying a step ahead. Here's a housing update from your Indiana Realtors.
Listings dipped by 2% compared to last May, as leading indicators were dampened by rates over 6.5% and climbing economic and global risk. Pendings still ended the month up 4% year over year. Sales continued to build pace, ending at 5% up year over year. We averaged almost 16,000 available homes through May. Inventory grew, but the growth rate fell from 14% to 12%. Prices are up 5% year over year, a little faster price growth than we've seen in recent months. Half of listings are under contract in 2 weeks, but this is climbing. New contracts are trending down over recent weeks, which bodes poorly for June sales totals. 42% of listings have dropped their price, and this rate is climbing.
Well, the Crump Theater in Columbus landing the lion's share of Indiana's $62 million READY grant money going to arts and cultural organizations throughout the state. Crump getting a little over $6 million a piece of that pie. In Northwest Indiana, Gary's popular Miller Beach Arts and Creative District also getting a piece of READY funding to transform and support capital improvements there. The READY 2.0 $62 million grant will support nearly 50 arts and cultural projects around the state. And now Indiana's creatives are teaming up under a new umbrella to push that number even higher. For more now on the mission of the new Creative Economy Leadership Alliance, I'm pleased to be joined by Indiana Creative Arts Advocate Polina Osherov. And Polina, great to have you here, Executive Director of Pattern, founding board chair of this new trade association. You're a busy person. You've been such an advocate, passionate advocate for arts and culture and the creative economy. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
It's good to see you.
Taking a breather.
Yes.
This is a big step.
It is.
This new trade association, Creative Economy Leadership Alliance. What's it all about?
Well, what it's about is that the creative economy is getting its own trade association. So that means that we are going to be advocating and pushing for policies, investment, and infrastructure to support private sector creative industries.
Mm-hmm. And that's an important piece, the private sector. But first, talk about the creative economy. What is the creative economy?
So the creative economy is basically anything that people create out of their imagination and then figure out how to monetize. Mm-hmm. So the low-hanging fruit, I would say, is film and music. These are two massive industries with tremendous impact throughout the world. We're just trying to get a piece of the action. But there's lots of other things. There's architecture. There's the whole digital economy, all the creators, the YouTubers, the podcasters. It's writing, it's publishing, it's graphic design, it's fashion design. I can go on and on.
Well, and when you talk about the action, if you will, it is substantial in terms of the economic output, the impact here in Indiana.
So our creative economy, last we checked, was about a $10.2 billion impact. Now, some of the contention here is Illinois just released their creative economy report, and they are showing the numbers are a little different. The way that they located and identified their data is different the way that we're doing it. But Illinois, total output of their creative industries is $148 billion.
Wow.
So somewhere between the 10.2 and 148, I don't know. I think we've got more than what we're recognizing. And I think that's part of CELA's job, is to figure out how and what is it? What are the NAICS codes? Yep. What are the industries? And then we're going to look at that and figure out what the number actually is.
What do you hope? You've been working on this for 5 or 6 years in a big way. Now that it's a reality, a trade association, what do you want to accomplish?
Well, we want to make sure that there are policies and investments in place to support the individuals who are creating jobs and growing companies and investing in talent in place here in Indiana through creative industries.
Yeah, and you see real economic impact coming from the output of this new trade association.
100%.
Yeah. Polina Osherov is an advocate, certainly for the arts and cultural community, the creative economy, a big step with this new trade association. Polina, always great to see you. I know we'll be doing more stories on this in the future.
I'd love that. Thank you.
Right. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. Thanks for joining us this week. Go out and make it a successful week.
West Central Indiana is essential to Indiana's future. Join IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the state of Indiana to explore regional growth Thursday, August 13th in Terre Haute for Innovate West Central Indiana, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Featuring Governor Mike Braun and business and community leaders, join us at the Indiana State University Holman Center Thursday, August 13th in Terre Haute. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
Richards, get in the game. We're getting pickled here. And they're crushing our loan business, too.
But this Lake City Bank team seems nice. They offer small business loans from your phone.
We have that, too.
You can even speak to a real live banker.
You guys good? No one needs to talk to a person anymore.
I like people.
Nice game. Come by the branch anytime.
They have branches?
Friendly business loans. Apply online with SwiftLend or visit real human bankers at your local branch.
The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.